Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met before, my name is Shiv. Hello, if you're coming back then welcome. So in today's video I'm filming a full face testing Primark makeup video, as you can tell from the title. I created this look here. Watch the video to find out what happened with my face and all of the products and everything like that. I'm not giving anything away until you watch the video. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see how I edit it. But yeah, if you'd like to see how I created this look and my thoughts on some brand new Primark makeup that I have not yet tried, then please carry on watching. Before you do, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I shall see you in 3, 2, 1. So to start off with, I picked up this brow pencil. This is in the shade medium brown and it was only £1. It comes with a spoolie and then the pencil on one side with a sharpener, which I think is so good. So that's so good for £1. I'm about to test it on my brows. Now kind of getting it out of the packaging, I notice it's a little bit warm toned, but hopefully we can make it work. So let's just try this out on my brows. It just looks like a standard pencil. I don't actually have that long to film this video because I'm about to go to a work meeting. Okay, so I've just taken off the label. It's a bit annoying that this is on this side. Does it say the shade on the actual pencil? No. Okay, that's really annoying. I'm just gonna have to remember what shade it is. Thumbs down for packaging on that front. I like the name of the product to be on the actual product rather than on the label. Okay, I'm just going to pop the spoolie through my brows. It's just a standard little spoolie. As far as spoolies go, I think this is pretty alright. And then I'm going to try and fill in my brows. Just doing it my normal way. Yeah, this is definitely way too warm for me, but we're gonna make it work. The pencil feels quite waxy. Yeah, this is definitely a very waxy pencil. Not a fan of this. I won't be using this. Again, I already can tell. Some people would like a waxy brow, but not about that waxy brow life. Oh my god, this is way too waxy. This is so weird. I don't like this at all. I've tried a pomade from Primark, like a brow pomade, and I actually really like that. I have actually used it since, but this I definitely won't be using. It's not even like the shade, it's just mainly just how waxy it is. Like, it's like proper laying down the hairs, and I can't, like, I don't know. It just looks really odd. I'll brush through like the excess product and try and make it look a little bit like more, not like natural, but you know, fluffy. I'm gonna brush the pencil through the front of the brow. My eyes are becoming super sore from all of these Halloween videos I've been filming, but it'll all be worth it and there'll be lots of Halloween content to watch. Okay, so I'm not going to put loads through the front of the brow. We managed to get a nice shape, I feel, but yeah, I'm just not a fan of the actual consistency of this pencil. So waxy. It actually just feels like I'm putting Pritt stick on my eyebrows. I put Pritt stick on my eyebrows yesterday to film a Halloween video and that's what it feels like I'm doing. Pulled up one of my brow hairs. Okay, I don't feel like they look too bad, but they're definitely the wrong shade and it did take a lot of work to get it down. So yeah, thumbs down from me. I definitely don't think it's worth picking up this pencil, just saying. I might still keep it just as like a backup, but not a fan of the brow pencil. I like the fact it comes with a sharpener on one side, and maybe if it wasn't so waxy I might like it. But yeah, not a fan of that. Next up, I'm actually super excited to try this. This is the Primark My Perfect Colour Ultra Longwear Concealer. Has hyaluronic acid in it and it is in the shade of Porcelain, so hopefully this will be nice and hydrating but also full coverage. This looks super pale, like almost like white, but we can make it work. The shade range was quite difficult to kind of navigate, and like in the aisles it was quite busy when I went into the London store, so it was kind of like a panic buy at the shade, so hopefully we can make it work. But I'm going to use this to prime my lid to start off with. Just gonna pop that all across the lid. Straight off the bat it feels really nice on the eye, like actually quite nice and like cooling, which is good because these eyelids have been through the wars in the past few days filming Halloween videos. I'm now going to go in with a flat angled brush just to carve out the brows and just use this concealer as a base. Okay, when you move it around, it definitely is a lot more sheer, so hopefully this actually makes a decent concealer on the rest of the face. But on the lid, I find that a lot of like Other concealers I've tried have more coverage even when you move the brush around, and just remember this video is not like biased or anything. Like, I adore Primark makeup usually. It's just my full like honest opinions and all this stuff I've never tried before, so just giving that a go. Okay, do you know what? We actually managed to get a pretty even coverage there. I've got very blue in a corner, so I always take it right in there. It feels very thin actually. That's another thing I'll notice. It doesn't feel like a thick concealer, which could be a good thing if you're not down for that thick makeup life. I personally am. Okay, I feel like we got a nice even base. I'm just going to take my ring finger and just pat that into the lid, just so it's as even as we can get it. Okay, this base definitely kind of feels a little bit like wet almost, so I definitely want to set it into place before I put shadow on. Okay, to set the eye base into place, I'm going to take the My Perfect Colour Bake It setting powder. This is in the shade Nude, and this was £3. And I'm going to take a little bit of this and just press this on top of the concealer, just to set it into place, because if I put shadow on this, it's definitely going to slip and slide. I can just tell. It feels kind of wet. A bit of a weird feeling, but maybe it'll be nice on the face. I don't know. We will see. Okay, so it comes in one of those like sifty things, which is quite cool. So I'm just going to take this like flat shader brush and just go into the powder. That's quite cool. It comes out of like netting. I've tried a few powders like that before, and I think they're quite cool rather than the sifters, because I do feel like it kind of gets everywhere. Okay, I'm just going to set the base into place, just packing that on top. Not really much to say about this. It's just like a translucent powder. Like, there's nothing really to say about it. I don't have any thoughts apart from I quite like the packaging and like the netting, because you can just like push your brush into it to get it out rather than like shaking it and it getting everywhere. Today is a Sunday and everyone in my house is like slowly like waking up and like having breakfast and stuff, so I'm sorry if you can hear any background noise. Yeah, and there's nothing I can really do about that, and I need to film this video. I would say that's pretty much set. Now to the fun part, which is the shadows. I'm going to take the Amber Passions palette, which is like a dupe for one of the Huda Beauty ones. It's actually really pretty. It doesn't come with a mirror or anything, but that's fine. You get some really pretty shades in there, some like orangey, brown kind of shades, bronzers and a pink, and a nice highlighting shade as well, so you can really do a full look with this palette, and it was only £3, which is really good. And it actually comes with a little shade name thing on top, which is quite cool. I feel like that's quite new to Primark, although I much prefer it when they write the shade names like on, oh god, on the actual palette. I just find it so much easier. Okay, to start off this look, I'm going to take the shade Edge, which is the orange shade right here at the bottom right hand of the palette. I'm going to take it on a fluffy brush and just blend this into the crease. Okay, you do definitely have to build it up a little bit, but it's blending really nicely. It's not going like patchy or anything like that. So you can just take your time and just build up the colour. Actually looks really pretty. Blending out really smoothly. Just going to go in with a third or fourth layer. I can't really work out how many layers I've done, just to kind of really intensify it. Okay, I feel like that actually looks really nice. I'm also going to run it under my lower lash line. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to do that once I've done my foundation and concealer. I actually really like this, you know. It's blending out so easily. This looks really like soft and pretty. Yep, this shade is definitely a win for me. Okay, now to deepen things up a little bit, I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which is like a kind of warm brown kind of colour. And this is called Burn. And I'm going to take some of that and just use it to deepen up the crease. Kind of packing that on the outer corner to start off with. And then just running that through the crease just to deepen things up a little bit and add some more depth to the look. This isn't that pigmented like at all, like I don't have to like really take my time blending, which is a pro and a con. I mean, I know when it comes to eyeshadow, can there really be too much pigment? Sometimes there can, but like this is like a light to medium pigment, I'd say. Like I am packing it on and there definitely is some colour there for sure, like as you can see, and it's easy to blend out. It just means you do have to take a little bit more time like building up the intensity. But so far so good. I think it looks really nice, and these warm tones are making my eyes look very green, which I am a fan of. I'm very like precious over my green eyes. I don't know why, I always have been. I think it's because I know that green eyes are such a unique colour that I'm like really like possessive almost, like over the fact that I have green eyes. With some of this I have blue eyes, or grey eyes, I get really offended. I'm sure that comment that I just made will come back to haunt me at some point in my life. I'm very precious about my eyes. I know it's something stupid, but I thought I'd let you know. Okay, and then I'm just going to take the brush with a little bit more of that orange shade and just use that to further blend out the darker brown. I wouldn't really describe it as a dark brown, a warm brown. Very autumnal actually. Okay, I actually feel that looks really nice. It's not going like patchy or anything, just nice and smooth. Quite happy with those transitions. Now I'm going to take, is that shade going to be too like silvery? No, I feel like it can work. Okay, so I'm going to take this shade here, which is quite a unique colour to me. It looks a little bit champagne-y, a little bit silver, I can't really tell, but I'm going to pop that on my brow bone just with a pencil brush. One thing in palettes that does tend to bother me is it doesn't come with like an inner corner highlight or a brow bone highlight shade. I think the trend at the moment, I mean, I'm sure if you're in like, you know, the makeup game, which obviously you are if you're watching this video, is that just a trend of like these palettes that have like loads of matte shades and like rainbow colours, which is all fun and lovely because nowadays it's so much easier to get your hands on colourful eyeshadows and create these like amazing dramatic looks. That actually is really pretty. I've got it all in my brows, but that's fine, we can fix that later. The only thing with that though is that I find that I'm having to like go to an actual highlighter to highlight the brow bone or something, so I think it's quite nice when palettes still have like a highlighting shade in their palette. I'm just going to pop some in my inner corner while I'm here. See what I mean? It just makes such a difference to your eye look. Highlighted inner corner. Then I'm going to go back to the orange and just blend out the highlight just so it's nice and smooth and doesn't look like a shimmery line on my brow bone. So for the lid, there's quite a few shades in this palette to choose from. There's like some nice browns. I feel like I want to take this bronzy shade right here all across the lid. Do I put concealer down? Do I? No, I'm not going to put concealer down, but I am going to wet my brush. Okay, I'm just taking my Primark primer water. I love this stuff, I use it all the time. This is not really included in the testing video because I know that I love it, but I'm just going to spray the brush with a little bit of that just to kind of dampen it, and then go into this pretty dark bronzy kind of shade right here. Got a decent amount on the brush, which is good. And then I'm just going to pack that on the lid. Now usually I put like a concealer down or like a base underneath my lid shadow. I just feel like it helps it pop more, but I don't have one to hand and I'm just going to test it the way, you know, an everyday person not using like cut creases or anything like that would use it. It's actually really nice. Pretty. Oh, it looks so green. I'm so happy about that. Okay, I'm just going to take it up a little bit further. I'll just use the brush to kind of get the shape. Like a soft autumnal smoky eye. Okay, that actually looks really nice, and even without a base that looks so pretty. This would look really, really gorgeous packed on top of a black wet base, like a gel liner or something like that. Such a gloomy day today. It's so grey. Like, I am loving autumn. I am one of those autumn girls with the Fiat 500s and the pumpkin spice lattes. In fact, I've never actually tried one, but I'm getting one today. But like this outside is gross. Like for me, autumn is like not as grey, like a little bit rainy, I don't know, but like today is so grey and it's just a bit gloomy, but it's fine, it's alright. It's going to be a good day. I actually think the colour payoff's really good, considering I'm not even putting it on top of a base as well. I'm very impressed, you know? Yeah. I think the thing with these shadows that I'm actually like really impressed with is that how smooth they are. Like when you blend them out, like although like the pigment isn't like amazingly strong, like it's no Jeffree Star or Anastasia or anything like that, just how smooth they blend is amazing. So I feel like I can kind of get over the fact that they're not like extremely pigmented. Just look how pretty this looks. It was quite easy to do, you know. It took a little bit longer to get the intensity that I want, but to blend them out is so easy. I'm just going to take a little bit more of the darker brown and pop that through the crease again just to blend out the bronze. Really pretty. Loving the eyes. Next we have, I don't have a liquid liner to try, but it's fine because it's the morning and I can't really bother to put a liquid liner on anyway. But I'm going to put on some pencil liner. I mentioned in my haul video, which I will link down below for you. I think it's amazing. This is £1. It comes with a sharpener and 2 eyeliner pencils, but I just don't get the point of there being 2 black ones. I feel like it would have been better if you had a black and a brown, but that's just my opinion. So let's try this out. Oh, so much unnecessary plastic packaging. Oh my god, it's like a kid's toy, you just can't get into it. Okay, so we've got the eyeliner, it's just in a black shade. I'm going to pop it through the waterline and also smudge it across the lash line, and I'll take a brush to smudge it out later. Wow, okay. I'm actually impressed that it's gone onto the waterline so nicely. It's really tickly because of how pointy it is, but that's gone onto the waterline so easily. Good, because that's less like pressure on my eyes. Just gonna run that on the upper waterline. So tickly because of how pointy it is. Really impressed by that. Okay, right, maybe I will need 2 black eyeliners because they are good. I'm just using like the flatter side of this just to run along the lash line as close as the lashes as I can get them. We're not doing like a wing or anything. Just some like smudgy liner. Then I'm going to take an angled brush and just use that to blend in the liner so it's not all like crackly, just so it's nice and smooth. Okay, really impressed by this liner. That is a good liner. Pick them up now. I'm just going to pop this in the other eye. Impressed. Now I'm going to give my lashes a quick curl. These lash colours are from Superdrug. Primark do sell them and I have used them before. They are really good. It's just my old Primark one. It's really tatty, so I threw it out. Like even like the handle and everything. It was a situation. Mascara time. This one I'm actually quite excited to try. It's the Wonderlash Length, Definition and Lift. I really can't talk today. This is what it looks like here. It's like a nice silver packaging. It has a really thin wand. I'm gonna pop that on my lashes. I used to love these ones back in the day, like the plasticky ones. Now I've kind of refined the fibers a little bit, but let's just see. Ooh, okay, talk about volume. Okay, wow, that is such a good mascara. Oh my god, really impressed with that. Yeah. I really like this mascara. I feel like it will be a little bit better like once I've used it more. I feel like, you know when you get a fresh mascara and it's just too wet, that it gets a little bit clumpy. Oh my god, this is such a good mascara. Look at the difference. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you in, like you have to see this. Like, can you see that? Wow, I'm literally obsessed. This mascara is so good, and like I'm not a massive like mascara person. I just think you wear falsies anyway, and I will be putting false lashes anyway, but for the days that you're not wearing falsies, wow, this mascara is so good. For any dots or anything, I'm gonna let them dry and just wipe them off later. For someone who doesn't like clumpy lashes, you probably won't like this first use because like it really does pack the mascara like onto your lashes like very quickly. But I can tell this is going to be so good like once I've used it a few times and it's kind of dried out just a little bit. Now for lashes, so these ones are new. I have not seen them before. Usually I buy the Suzanne Jackson lashes, which are £5. They're amazing, but they're not made from Primark. They're made from her company. So I wanted to try out actual Primark lashes. I've used the Primark Iconic lashes, which I love and get so many compliments on, which are £2. These ones are £4 and they are the Primark Drama Faux Mink lashes. It's good that they're faux mink. I'm not a fan of mink lashes anymore. I used to use them like years and years and years and years ago before I really understood what they were. Now I am anti mink lashes. There's just absolutely no point when you have synthetic ones that look just as good. Okay, that is my rant over. So now I'm popping on these lashes. They've got like netting and stuff like underneath them, like they're crisscrossy, big at the outer corner. They come in like a box, which is quite nice. There is glue included, but I'm not going to use the glue. I'm not a fan of these glues and I don't want to mess up my makeup, so I'm going to pop it on using the Revlon Precision Dark Lash Adhesive, which I've been using out for the past few days. It's so good. So I'm going to pop these lashes on and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back with lashes on and I love them. Look how super dramatic they are. They're definitely my type of lash and I will definitely get more use out of them. They went on really easily. Obviously that has the Revlon glue to hand, but otherwise they're really comfortable. I trimmed them on the outer corner and a little bit just on the inner corner just so they fit a little bit better on my eyes, because my eyes aren't that like long, they're quite narrow, so I always have to trim my lashes. But yeah, big fan of those. Okay, so now onto the face. I'm going to prime using the Primark primer primer water. I use this in every video anyway, there's enough said about this. This has been tested by me before. To be honest, the ingredients don't really look the greatest. It has caffeine in it, which is good, some glycerin and water and a bunch of other stuff that I don't actually know what it is. So I don't know if it's actually any good at holding your makeup, but I just love the way it feels before makeup, and it's £2 and I always repurchase it. So I'm just gonna spray this all over my face to prime the skin. Gonna fan that dry. Then moving on to my primer, I'm going to take the Primark Instagirl Selfie Ready Blur Primer. I've already used this, as you can tell from the dirty packaging. It's just a smoothing primer, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this because I've used it so many times before. I'm going to spread it in the areas of my face with more texture, so like definitely around the chin area. We're having a little bit of a situation right now and I'm kind of bored of saying excuse my skin. Do you know what? Whatever, it's skin. Look after it. I love my skincare, but sometimes hormones just get the better of you. On my forehead as well, and a little bit like around the nose area. This is the section that I'm a little bit nervous for, and it's the foundation. The colour, I mean, if you remember my video where I use a natural collection or collection now makeup, that foundation was a situation. It looked literally like my skin colour through the bottle, but then when I put it on it was just pure orange. So I'm hoping this works out. This was the second to pay this one, I believe. This is in the shade Ivory, which is usually my foundation colour. But yeah, this is the matte foundation, natural medium coverage, matte finish, not oil free. Quite excited to try this. I believe this was £3. So yeah, I'm going to pop that on with a damp beauty sponge and just pounce this all over the skin and hope it works out. Okay, here we go. It comes with a pump, which is always good. Ooh, okay, it's quite like thick, which I like the look of. Colour's not too bad. If this works out, oh my god, I'm going to buy like 10. Okay, I'm just going to bounce this all over the face. This is definitely like my kind of shade right now. I don't know how it's looking on camera because my camera is quite overexposed, but in person it definitely is a much better match than usual. It's the morning, guys, I can't talk. I like the look of this, you know. Am I going to love this? We will see. Okay, I'm just blending this in. It kind of reminds me of the Urban Decay All-Nighter foundation, which is one of my favourite foundations for when I'm filming because it's just so full coverage that you barely need like any concealer with it. Get under my hoop. Okay, so it's sitting on top of the skin a little bit, like, but once you do pounce it in, it does like melt into the skin a little bit more. Oh my god, I actually really like this. Wow. And do you know why it's even good? Because I haven't even wet this sponge. It's just like damp from last night. I'm actually so happy with this foundation. I mean, that concealer that I used earlier is basically like white, so I'm not going to use a lot of it. Yeah, I may have to go and buy some more of this, you know, like in a darker shade for when I'm tanned. Oh my god, this is so good, and it's only £1. What? Pound? No, it's not a pound. It's £3, but what? Wow. Okay, Primark, I see you. That is so nice. It's not going to be for everyone, but they do have other foundations on offer, so maybe try out those if you're not a full coverage matte kind of gal. But for my gals who love the like fuller coverage matte finish, £3, bomb, obsessed. Oh my god, so happy with that. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the concealer. This one I'm not going to put on a lot because it's very pale. A little bit on the forehead, just the usual places. Okay, she says she's not going to put on a lot and then she puts it everywhere. Listen, I'm all up for a bargain and this is made me very happy. Okay, the concealer is kind of pulling away the foundation, which is a little bit irritating. Okay. The concealer and the foundation together, not a good pairing. Like when you, oh no, like when I pounce on the concealer to like blend it in afterwards, it literally pulls up the foundation. Yeah, if I keep blending it's fine, but when you first initially like bounce, it kind of lifts off the foundation. It might be because the concealer's like a lot more watery than the foundation. The concealer's not my favourite, I won't lie. I feel like it's kind of lifting up the foundation. It's a little bit like watery, it doesn't have the greatest coverage, but it's not bad. It's not bad. I think it was at £2, I can't remember. It's not bad. The foundation is a winner. Concealer, meh. Okay, so now time to set the face. This is where I get powder all over my black t-shirt. So I'm going to go in with the Bake It setting powder in the shade Nude. This is £3. Okay, and then I'm just going to take a powder brush. Oh god, I went everywhere. Just be very gentle with this. And then just dump this into the skin to set it in. I'm not going to do like actual baking, I just don't like it. I feel like it dries out your under eyes. I mean, I do it sometimes, but not all the time. I love the Primark My Perfect Colour like normal pressed powder, so hopefully this is just the same, just in, you know, a loose form. Could definitely use some more coverage on my chin, but I mean, like, that is a beast of a spot on my chin, so understandable. Yeah, I'm just gonna press this all over the face. I can't get over the eyes. Like, I'm so obsessed with the eyes. You'd think they were like Anastasia or something, honestly. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, just looking at my eyes, I would say, yeah, you know, modern Renaissance palette. I know it's supposed to be a dupe of Huda Beauty's little mini palettes, but I have not tried Topaz Obsession, so I don't know. I don't know if you can see all the powder particles, you probably can't, but I literally have powder everywhere. Next up, bronzer. Okay, next up we have the Bronze Glow Illuminating Bronzing Powder. This is in the shade Ambush. It was £2. I'm not very excited about this, I won't lie. It looks very dark. When I bought it in the shop, it didn't really look like that dark until I got it home and I was like, ooh. So I'll just use a very light hand with this. I'm not usually a fan of like illuminating bronzers. I do prefer a matte finish. I just feel like the illuminating ones like pick up a lot of my skin texture and just accentuate it. So yeah, this is what it looks like. I feel like the sparkle might be like a surface spray, so hopefully that will be good. Just looks like this. I'm gonna go in with a very light hand and I'm gonna take it on my Sigma bronzing brush. This is the F25, completely like broken. This is a little bit precious to me because my dog, who's not here anymore, it happened years ago, like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I can't remember, that he passed, but it has his bite marks in it where he chewed this brush, so it's kind of a little bit precious to me. Anyway, don't want to, you know, bore you with a sob story, but I'm going to go in with the bronzer. There's a lot of like fallout when you brush it. I'm doing a very light hand, so don't do this over any white bed sheets. Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit, a long way, barely touching the skin. Just bronzing up the outer perimeters of my face. Just trying to be like really light and delicate, but we definitely need some bronzing, like where my face looks so like ghostly. Okay, it's alright. It's not my favourite and I knew it wasn't going to be, but I did need a bronzer to try and I couldn't find any of the matte ones like in store, so we just kind of had to settle for this. I'm being a little bit more heavier handed now. I've kind of laid down the product just to kind of like buff it into the skin almost. Blend it in a little bit. On my viewfinder I literally look like a ghost. Blending that on and then like, I see, ripped my hoop out, and then under the jaw, down the neck a little bit, whatever's left on the brush. I feel like we've got more on this brush, but we'll just see. Yeah, see, like, look how be better if you were slightly more tan, maybe like an olive skin would be better with this bronzer. I knew that this wasn't going to be my favourite, so I'm not like that shocked or anything. I probably won't be using this. I might just give it to like a friend or my sister. She likes having my old makeup, that kind of thing. I feel like I don't want to add any more, although I could use some more bronzer, just because I feel like it's going on a little bit like patchy, so I'm not a fan of that. I love how my hair at the start of my videos is always like so much neater. Like I have these frizzy bits, but apart from that, it's always like right behind my like head, tucked behind my ears, and as I do my makeup it like moves forward. Okay, this one I'm very excited about. The packaging for this is gorgeous. This is the Black Cherry Glow Luxe Blush and Highlight Palette, and oh my god, the packaging of this, like, annoyingly I can't show you because it's like mirrored, you can see all my shoe lights, but it's like shiny textured cherry colour. I don't know, it's just gorgeous. Have a look at it in the shop if you do see it. They did have an eyeshadow palette of this, but I decided not to buy it because it was £10 and I was like, don't know if I'm going to use it all the time. That's why I picked up this smaller palette. But even when you open it like this, it's gorgeous. Look how gorgeous that is. So nice. So it comes with 3 blush shades, kind of like a taupey mauve kind of blush, a hot pink, and then like a peachy colour, and I'll be using the peachy colour, and then 2 highlights, a more pinky one and a more gold one. I'll be using the gold, but oh my god, that is so pretty. I'll definitely be using this like honestly on an everyday basis. This is stunning. It does have the shades on a like little plastic sheet, which I can tell Primark are like really trying to like, you know, up their game. Okay, so the peachy shade is called Bliss, and then the gold highlighter shade is called Sugar. So I'm going to take Bliss and Sugar on my face. Gorgeous, really, really pretty. Just taking this Primark blush brush just to go with the theme of the video. I like how I said that I'm going to use this on an everyday basis and I haven't even put it on my face yet, but I just know I'm going to love it. Blending that on my cheek. Oh my god, my bronzer looks so patchy. Okay, the blush is really pretty, but where I've put the bronzer down, which I don't like, it's just going a little bit weird on top of it, but we can make it work. Always make it work. Okay, we need to blend this out. Why am I adding more? I don't know, I can't stop. It looks so like nice on the part of my cheek that doesn't have the bronzer on, but on top of the bronzer it looks awful. I'm just gonna take my powder brush and just use this to kind of like blend out this situation a little bit. I'm just going to go back to the lower lash line and go back to this Amber Passions palette, taking the shimmery like dark bronze kind of colour we used on the lid, just on the same brush, and I'm going to run it under the lower lash line. Then I'm going to take the brush with the orange and just use this to kind of like diffuse that a little bit. I'm just going to go in with my Primark matte setting spray. Use this all the time, love it, it's £4. I'm just going to take a brow gel and run that through the brows just where I've got powder on them. After spritzing my brush with a little bit of primer water, I'm going to go in with the highlighter shade. Looks very dark on the brush actually. Maybe I should have gone for this one. I don't know, we can make it work. It's like my most used expression, I swear. Okay, just going to blend that across the cheeks. Sorry about the sound in the background. Ooh, yes. I like that. That's nice. It's a little bit dark, but where the blush is so intense, it's kind of fine, you know. Put on the nose, put the lip. My cheeks look so pink. When did they get so pink? Were they pink this whole time? Oh god. I'm just going to pop some mascara on my lower lashes. Now going in with the Team Nude Lip Kit. I've used the Team Berry one before and I really like that. This was discounted from £3.50 to £2, which is amazing. It comes with a lip gloss, a lip liner and a matte lip. I'm just going to go for the matte lip because I'm going outside today and I don't want to get wind in my hair. I don't want to get hair on my lips. Sorry about the background noise. So I'm just taking the lip liner and the matte lip and we'll give that a go. I loved the berry one, so I'm sure that I'll like this. So I'm just going to line my lips. This is a very light nude. Oh, my eye twitched just then. Now going in with the matte lip. The lip liner went on nice and smoothly. It's a very pale colour though. The liquid lip comes in this cute like doe foot applique. Just got a little bit of fluff on it, but that's fine. With a little hole in it. I don't know why they put a hole in it. I don't know if it's to pick up product or something. I'm sure there's a science behind it. But it comes with like an angled applicator. Oh, interesting colour. I got it all over my teeth. This eye is really like streaming right now and I don't know why. And this is the finished look. I actually really like it. The blush is a bit intense. I don't know if it's toned down on camera, but to be completely honest, that's due to the bronzer. The bronzer for me is a massive no-go. It was patchy, just like pigmented but in the wrong way, like clung to weird patches, just not a fan of that bronzer at all, but I do really love the way this look turned out and hopefully the blusher will kind of like die down throughout the day. I do find that with blushes sometimes because the blush is kind of like stuck to the bronzer in a really weird way, but I feel like the blush by itself would look quite pretty or with a different bronzer. I do, as I said, I really like the way this look turned out. I love the eyes. I can't believe they are all Primark. Like even the highlight on the brow bone, I don't know if you can see that like catching the light, but it's so pretty. Love that. Love the lashes. The foundation I feel like for me is honestly like mind-blowing. Like this is so good. Some people might try it and hate it, but I just think that is actually incredible. Like it looks so nice. Really like that, even with the issue of the concealer like kind of like lifting off the foundation. I think it was just kind of a mix because the concealer is quite liquidy and then the foundation is like very like thick and like matte. But yeah, absolutely obsessed. The lips really pretty as well. It's a very unique colour actually. I don't actually think I have a nude this colour. It's like almost like a, I want to say like a terracotta nude, but like a lighter tone of it, you know. This is a very like autumnal glam kind of vibe, maybe with like my hair up, maybe, I don't know. I'm just gonna brush that out, but yeah. Okay, so quick synopsis. Brow pencil, absolute no. Okay, so my battery died, but as I was saying, brow pencil, absolute no. Concealer's like a meh, like it's okay, but it's nothing revolutionary and I feel like you could just be better off buying the Revolution one. Revolution. a eyeshadow palette, absolute win, so pretty, and this is definitely something I can like chuck into my bag if I'm going travelling or wherever. I think that's so nice, and I can't believe that brown shadow doesn't have a base underneath it. It's so lovely. The eyeliner pencil, win, like was not expecting that. I was like, oh, it's just going to be like a standard eyeliner pencil, but it went onto the waterline so easily and smudged out really nicely. Mascara, win, lashes, win. So everything about the actual eyes apart from the brows, win. Foundation, obsessed, like obsessed with the foundation. The only thing I would just say stay clear of is the bronzer. I just feel like it's so like patchy and just odd. Lip kits, love them. I've tried them out before. They've got like a purpley one I want to try, so maybe I'll try out that one soon. The Cherry Luxe palette is gorgeous, love this. I don't think it is the blush that was too intense. I think it was just it going onto the bronzer because it just looked really pretty. So yeah, this was my full face testing Primark makeup. If you liked this video, please give a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know down below if you've tried Primark makeup before. If anything in this video like takes your fancy, just let me know, have a little chat with me. And I'll just see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. I can tell Primark are like really, this one I'm actually quite excited